Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you 5 beginner tips and tricks to help you get started off in Marvel Strike Force. These are some tips that have helped me in the beginning of this game, and also some things that I picked up from just playing some other games with a very similar feel. If you've played Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes or DC Legends, I think is the name of the other one, then you'll probably already know these. This game has a very similar feel to those other games. So the first thing that you'll want to keep in mind is always be using your energy. You'll see your energy up here in the top right corner. Your energy equals experience. So the longer you let your energy sit at max, you are basically losing out on experience. You do, however, get more experience from your daily objectives than you do from just purely spending energy, which we'll cover the dailies in a little bit, but your energy equals experience. If we go into the campaign missions here, and if we pick any mission here, you'll notice that the amount of energy required to enter that fight is equal to the exact same amount of experience that you will get. So in games like this, it's very similar. Basically, 1 energy point equals 1 experience point. So you spend 6 energy in a quest, you know, that quest will give you 6 experience. If you spend 12 energy to enter it, you'll get 12 experience when you complete the mission successfully. So never let your energy sit at max cap. Always be using it. It's even better to use your energy on a mission that you've already completed. If you just need to quickly auto some missions just to use that energy, you'll still get the experience from it, even if it's not on a mission that's going to progress you through the storyline. So for example, I've got Heroes Chapter 4 Mission 2 here as my next mission, but if I'm not necessarily ready to tackle that mission, if I don't think my roster is strong enough, and I'm sitting at max energy, it would be better for me to go into one of these other missions and just auto it so that I'm still getting the experience and it's not just sitting at max cap being wasted. So that's the first thing, is always be using your energy. The second thing, and kind of goes alongside of using your energy, is you always want to be gearing up your characters and leveling them up as often as you can. The max level for a character is going to be your player max level. So right now I am level 25. We just hit level 25. So that means all of my characters at max, they can be level 25. They can't go any higher than level 25 right now. But you always want to be leveling up your characters and giving them pieces of gear as often as you can, because when you level them up, when you train them, or when you give them new pieces of gear, their power index is going to go up, the champion is going to get stronger, and then you're going to be able to take on more challenging content throughout the game. So you always want to be gearing them up and leveling them up as often as you can. You'll notice that I've got a couple of characters down here that are level 1 with a bunch of gear slots available. I'll explain a little bit later when we're talking about the dailies why those characters are like that. There's actually a specific reason as to why I'm leaving them like that. But yeah, so that's the second thing again, is be gearing up your characters as often as you can and always be leveling them up. Try to keep them with your player level as best you can. They do cost, just get into it here, they do cost these training chips, whatever they're called, and they do cost gold as well to rank them up. So there are times that you're going to be low on either the training chips or the gold, so just make sure that you are leveling up characters that are your strongest ones first, because they're going to be the ones that will help you power through the content. So yeah, that's the second thing. The third thing is to try your best to keep an even balance between a solid hero roster and a solid villain roster. There are specific pieces of upgrade gear that you might come across sooner in a villain quest or a hero quest, and if you're, so say for example, in some of Electra's early stages, she needed, let's go back here for a sec, she needed these improved crystals here, these pink crystals, which you couldn't get earlier on in the hero stages, but you could get them much earlier on in the villain stages. And if you don't have a solid enough villain team to complete that mission, you're not going to be able to get these upgrade materials. So try your best to keep an even balance between your hero and your villain roster. It'll just make it a little bit easier as you're progressing through the missions, at least I felt anyway. Number 4 here is this is kind of an optional one, but this is something that I personally have found helpful, is you always want to be buying out the store here as often as you can. I'm not talking about the character shards that cost you the power cores. I'm not talking about those ones. I am talking about the upgrade materials that just cost gold. Even if you don't necessarily need the material right away, for example, like the Seal of Vengeance here and this Mark of Might, I only own one of each of them, and that's because I just bought them in the store. Right now I don't have a character that needs them, but when I do eventually hit that point where I will be needing it, I'll already have some, and I don't have to wait until I unlock a mission that can drop it, and I don't have to wait to just repeatedly farm that mission. I'll already have one of each of these. So yeah, it's kind of optional, but if you can, be buying out the store completely, all of the materials that cost gold. It will just help you in the long run. That being said, if you're short on gold, if it's really hard to come by for where you are at in the game right now, then I would potentially hold off on purchasing some of the things in the store. It just really depends on how comfortable you feel with spending your gold here and your ability to get more quickly, because you still need gold to level up your champions and craft gear to give your champions. And then the last thing, and this is probably the most important thing here, is your daily objectives. Every single day you want to be completing all of these objectives. This is where you're going to get a lot of your experience from. You're going to get extra rewards as well. You'll get power cores, you'll get gold, you get some training modules. Let's see what else we have in here. Some more training modules. You'll get arena credits for arena orbs. You'll get some energy refills. What else is up here? You'll get some arena charges as well. So you really, really want to be completing your daily missions every single day, because the experience that you get from them is amazing, and the additional rewards that you're going to get are really good too. Now, if we go back to the roster here for a second, I've got 2 characters down here, the Hydra Sniper that I actually just recently unlocked, and then the Hydra Scientist, still at level 1 with no pieces of gear equipped. And the reason for this is that if you go into your daily objectives, you've got 2 dailies in here. One is for equip 1 piece of gear, and the other one is for train up 1 character. Sorry about that. So the reason why I leave those 2 characters where they are is because if, for whatever reason, I don't have a piece of gear to give one of my main characters that I'm using to progress through the content, then I still have one of these characters sitting down here that I can just throw a piece of gear on, and it will complete that daily quest. And same thing for training them up. Now, when you train them up, in order for the daily quest to complete, you don't have to train them up 1 whole level. All you have to do is just use one of the training modules on them. Even if it doesn't give them enough experience to level up, it still counts as training one of your characters, and it will complete the daily objective for you. So just using one of these very easy to obtain green basic training modules will complete that daily for you. And even if you know, for whatever reason you're completely out of energy, you've got nothing to, you've got no training modules on you, or you find them really difficult to come by for whatever reason, you're given some in daily as rewards for some of the other daily missions that have nothing really to do with spending energy. Like this one right here, make 3 supply purchases, which is from the store. You get a training module from that, and that doesn't really require you to spend any energy to go through a mission, and then you can just use that, and then you'll get your train up one character daily complete. So yeah, just some little things that you can be using in there. You can benefit from the rewards from the dailies if, you know, you're really short on energy and you're completely out of training modules or things like that. There are always ways to be completing these dailies fairly regularly. And this is also going to kind of this is going to tag on to completing your dailies every day. Is you always want to be coming in and claiming your free energy whenever it's available. I think it's available 3 times a day, something like that. And it's 80 free energy every single time, which, if we go back to the first point of always spending your energy, that's basically 80 free experience 3 times a day. So you always want to be coming coming in and claiming that as often as you can. So I think that's going to do it for this this quick little video guide. So just to recap, number 1, always be spending your energy. Number 2, gear up and level up your characters as often as you can. 3, try to keep an even balance between a hero and a villain team as best you can. 4, which was kind of the really only one that's optional if you feel, is to buy out all the gold costing items in the store as often as you can. And number 5, the most important one, is always be completing your dailies every single day. So I would like to thank everybody for watching. If there are any other tips that you feel might be helpful to newer players, or even to veteran players to types of games like this, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Let me know if any of these tips helped you. I would love to hear any feedback as well. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to hit that like button. That would be greatly appreciated. But again, thank you everybody for watching, and I will catch you all next time.